At least 4 people lost their lives as a destructive tornado outbreak struck southern Michigan on March 6, 2026, turning an ordinary afternoon into a sudden disaster across several counties. Powerful storms swept through the region and produced multiple tornadoes that tore through communities with little warning. The most destructive and powerful one is estimated to be an EF-3 or even EF-4 scale, which uprooted trees, destroyed homes, and significantly damaged businesses. Footage shows entire neighborhoods were left covered in debris as emergency crews rushed to respond to the unfolding crisis. The worst destruction occurred near Union City in Branch County, where authorities confirmed that 3 people lost their lives and at least 12 others were injured when a powerful tornado struck the Union Lake area. The storm tore through residential neighborhoods, reducing houses to splintered wood and twisted metal and littering roads and fields with debris. Emergency responders reported that some buildings were completely destroyed, while others sustained severe structural damage, and local officials described widespread devastation with entire sections of property flattened in the tornado's path. Consumers Energy reported hundreds to thousands of customers without power in the area following the storm.
Bye-bye, tornado.
It's leaving already.
It's passing by.
An emergency management warned of blocked roads and communication disruptions as crews worked to reach affected neighborhoods. Initial damage assessments suggest this tornado could be an EF-3 or even EF-4, though the final rating is still pending and may change once the National Weather Service completes its surveys. Authorities also activated the State Emergency Operations Center to support response efforts as recovery operations continue. Another tornado touchdown was reported in nearby Cass County, with at least 1 fatality and several injuries. Officials reported damage ranging from heavily damaged buildings to complete destruction of some structures. Large agricultural buildings and pole barns collapsed under the force of the winds, while trees were uprooted and power lines were torn down across the area. Together, the tornadoes left at least 4 people dead and more than a dozen injured across southwestern Michigan. The city of Three Rivers in St. Joseph County also experienced dramatic damage as the storm passed through the area. Video footage captured a funnel cloud moving across a commercial district, throwing debris into the air and shaking buildings. One of the most widely reported incidents occurred at a Menards home improvement store, where part of the roof and exterior structure was ripped away by the powerful winds. Inside the store, employees and customers rushed toward the center of the building as emergency announcements instructed everyone to seek shelter immediately.
Well, this building got destroyed right by Brenda's work. Her door can barely close.
Despite the severe structural damage, no major injuries were reported inside the store. The storm system that produced the tornadoes moved across the region for several hours. According to meteorologists, the National Weather Service issued a series of tornado warnings as radar detected strong rotation within the storms. The warnings began during the mid-afternoon and continued for more than 3 hours as the line of severe thunderstorms advanced across southern Michigan. During this time, multiple communities were urged to seek shelter as the storms tracked northeast across the state.
Oh my God! Oh my God. That is insane.
The house doesn't have a roof on it anymore.
Oh my.
The tornadoes caused widespread infrastructure damage throughout the affected counties. Roads were blocked by fallen trees and debris, and utility lines were ripped down across several communities. In the Three Rivers area alone, thousands of customers lost electricity after power lines and utility poles were damaged. Local authorities warned residents to avoid travel because emergency crews needed clear access to damaged neighborhoods. Communications networks were also disrupted, leaving some areas temporarily without reliable phone or internet service. In response to the disaster, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer activated the state's Emergency Operations Center to coordinate the response and support local emergency services. Rescue teams, sheriff's departments, and firefighters began conducting searches in damaged neighborhoods, while medical crews treated the injured and transported victims to nearby hospitals. Authorities also began damage assessments to determine the full extent of destruction across Branch, Cass, and St. Joseph counties. Meteorologists explained that the severe weather developed as warm, moisture-rich air moving north from the Gulf collided with colder air over the Great Lakes region. This clash of air masses created the instability needed for powerful thunderstorms capable of producing tornadoes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What the? Oh, I...
Although tornadoes do occur in Michigan, they are relatively uncommon compared with states in the Central Plains. On average, the state experiences about 15 tornadoes per year, making an outbreak with multiple life-threatening tornadoes a rare and dangerous event for the region. As the storms moved out of the region later in the evening, the immediate threat ended, but the damage left behind revealed the full impact of the disaster. Entire neighborhoods had been transformed in a matter of minutes. Homes were reduced to debris fields, trees were stripped from the ground, and large buildings that once stood as community landmarks were left severely damaged or partially collapsed.
There goes a house.
For the communities of Union City, Three Rivers, and nearby areas, the tornado outbreak left behind more than physical damage. The storms lasted only a short time, but the consequences will require months of recovery and rebuilding as residents work to restore homes, businesses, and infrastructure. Damaged by one of the most destructive weather events the region has experienced in years. We extend our deepest condolences to the communities affected by this disaster, especially to the families who lost loved ones. May they find comfort, strength, and support in the days ahead. And may the community come together to rebuild, heal, and recover from the widespread devastation caused by this tragic event. Thanks for watching Severe Weather, where we break down the facts behind nature's most intense moments. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support keeps this channel going. Hit the bell so you never miss a real, calm, and clear report. See you in the next one. Stay informed, stay safe.